Our budget more than doubles to 2.06 billion shillings. Budget expected to rise further on vehicles for CAS. And that is the story that you want to follow on page 2 of the Business Daily, talking about austerity measures there. So this is bound to tick up as far as also the 50 CASs are concerned. So we're here to see. Let's see how the allocation of purchase of motor vehicles happened. We have President. Initial budget was 100 million shillings. A new budget is 431 million shillings. Deputy President, 90.81 million shillings. 290.81. Prime Cabinet Secretary, 80 million shillings. We have others, 709.48 million shillings. That was the initial budget, but now that also has gone a jot higher. We have it at 1,260 million shillings. Total, you're given the figure there. Total allocation for purchase of motor vehicles more than doubled from the initial budget. And we're talking about high-end vehicles here, fuel guzzlers. And it says the budget allocation for the purchase of new cars for Kenya's top 3 government offices has shot up 8 times in the latest changes to the spending plan that also benefited retired President Uhuru Kenyatta. The offices of President William Ruto, his deputy Rigathi and Prime Cabinet Secretary Mudavadi have been allocated 802.2 million shillings to buy motor vehicles in the current financial year. A significant increase from what had been allocated as Kenyans come to terms with a bloated government that has scuttled Kenya Kwanza's austerity measures. Also, Ruto tweaks Uhuru budget. It grows the recurrent, of course, expenditure by 87.6 billion shillings. President William Ruto's administration has increased the budget for day-to-day running of the national government by 87.5 billion shillings as his administration reorganized budget plan inherited from the Uhuru administration. You have lots of stories there on the ticker. You can actually read all about it inside the Business Daily. Business bears brands of protest, stock market indifferent. You can follow the story on page 2 of the Business Daily this morning. This is how it looks. Also remember, the East Africa this week is holding this splash for us. 40 million COVID vaccines are going to West. The doses that cost billions of dollars are expiring in stores across East Africa as apathy and logistical hitches impede distribution and administration. And this story continues on page 5 of the East African this week. Samia, SAL, Airbus wars, Tanzania and Senegal's A220s grounded over defaults. State join hands demand service. That is tucked on page 2 of the East African. Also, Kagame's game plan for 2024. Why not me? Asked the Rwandan leader about who's running for president. And this is just an indication that he will also be in the ballot. President Kagame can be seen here playing football during the unveiling, I should say, of the Kigali Pele Stadium on March the 15th, 2023. Also, East Africa to dial up cheap calls. Tanzania and Burundi under pressure to join the One Network area. This is how the East African is looking this morning. I shall be showing you what we have also on the front page of the New Times in Rwanda, also the Daily Monitor and the Citizen, as well as the dailies, the Economist, the New York as well. But allow me to rope in Isaac Moura as I just go back to the headlining stories on the dailies there. Raila, not retreat, no surrender. First of all, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Up and early today. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, last time I was here at 5:45. Today I was here at 5.
You're redeeming yourself.
Well, I'm here.
Fantastic. Thank you. So yesterday, where were you?
I met the Prime Cabinet Minister, Mudavadi.
Yes.
As his principal assistant incoming. I also met the PS for Parliamentary Liaison and Legislative Affairs, Aurelia Rono. So we were busy. Yeah.
So this is a fairly new docket also for you, for the Prime Cabinet Secretary. So what are some of the indications going forward regarding that particular office? I can see also a good tidy sum of money there for the CSS and the cars as well.
No, I think it's because it's a new ministry, so we have to set it up. I think it also needs to be anchored properly in law, and it is very, very complex because it is supposed to be coordinating the whole of government in terms of service delivery. The government delivery service is under there. It has got 2 state departments, one for performance management, you see, basically tracking who is doing what, state corporations, inspection, they are all their advisory committee. Then also the issues to do with linking the executive and the legislature. So issues of policies of government,
yes,
and legislations, and also county governments. Like now, we have 78 laws that need to be amended so that they conform with devolution. So there's a lot of work to be done in that, coordinating arm of government. It's within the presidency. It's the third office, after the office of the president, deputy president, and then the office of the prime cabinet minister. So I'm very happy to work with the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. You know, he's really very, very experienced. He has been vice president, minister for finance, minister for local government, and many other deputy prime minister. So he is very, 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 well versed. And also the bulk, for me, it's also interesting. I left the prime minister's office as an advisor to go to parliament. And then coming out of parliament after 10 years, I'm going back to the prime cabinet minister's office. So I think that for me is very interesting, and I hope I can give the best to Kenyans. Yeah, with my over 18 years experience in government and in the private sector, in the NGO work, because I've worked internationally at the African level, local NGOs, and also